Check it out. Let me tell you one.
Freedom for all!
What is up, my MMA brothers and sisters? Welcome to another show of Let's Talk MMA, or another episode, whatever you want to call it. My name is Raul. Thank you again for stopping by on this nice Tuesday. Now, this time around, let me know what you think. I kind of adjusted some of the color. I got the little bit different lighting, that kind of thing. This time, I got my little phone here, as I'm going to try to go through any comments that go through. I might as well start getting used to that, because at the end of the day, I like the live chat idea to where I want to get the questions so we can kind of go back and forth, bring something up that I might be talking about, so then right in the show I can respond to it. So I'm always going to have some topics that we're going to kind of go off of. But with that in mind, let's move on to the next thing. Let's see here. Boom. So here, we're going to start off right off the bat, because let's start from behind and we'll make our way forward to this coming Saturday. So obviously the biggest thing that happened this past weekend was Israel Adesanya knocking out Robert Whittaker. Yeah, Robert Whittaker, the guy that went 10 rounds with Yoel Romero, took a beating, still didn't get knocked out, but yet thinner, less threatening looking Stylebender ends up getting it done in a KO in the near the end of the second round. So my question to you guys is, what are your thoughts on Stylebender? Have you guys been on this train a while? Did you just get of a wrestler getting him on the ground will just change the whole game? But fight after fight after fight, we then see that he's being able to defend and keep it on the feet. Now, the fence is one of those places that, just like Khabib, he uses the fence as his kind of person to take somebody down. He stays away from that fence. He tries to keep it in the middle. So it's very interesting, because we're going to talk about Paulo Costa in a second, but he just keeps getting better, and he keeps getting better at keeping it on the feet. Because if he's able to keep it on the feet, he'll probably beat everybody. His stand-up is that good. Now, if it goes to the ground, I feel like he knows how to get back up and these type of things. But let me just finish my thought about this fight. It was amazing, right? It was just shocking that a guy like Robert Whittaker, tough as can be. Now, he didn't kind of do a game plan that I would have preferred to see, even the hinting of going to the ground. But he was throwing bombs. He was trying to knock Stylebender's head off, and it just didn't happen, right? So I think it was just ultimately amazing of a performance. We have a star on our hands. We kind of already knew we did, but once that person has the unified belt, right, or the undisputed belt, I should say, now he's our guy, right? He is the champion. Everyone's going to be aiming at him. And that gets me to Paulo Costa. So here, let me get a new little thing here. 1 second, guys. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Okay, Paulo Costa and Stylebender. Now, obviously, we don't know if this is going to be the fight, so I won't take too much time. But I have a feeling this is going to be it. Paulo Costa was there. Stylebender basically called him out already. So Stylebender wants that fight. Paulo Costa obviously wants that fight. Paulo Costa beat Yoel Romero, so he's very much the next in line. So let's just for a second assume this fight is official. How do you see this going? So question to you guys, comment below, because I love hearing people's perspectives, because I have two eyes. I can only see a certain way. You guys see things a certain way, and that's what I'm curious about, because you guys are going to bring something up that I didn't think about and is very relevant, and I'll talk about that. And that's what this whole thing is about at the end of the day. I want to hear about the community. I want to hear you guys, what you think, so I can chew on that. I love this shit. I think you guys know that by now. All right, so how do you guys see this fight going, Paulo Costa and Stylebender. Right off the bat for me, I see Costa as like a bulldozer, huge Robert Whittaker, a guy that, yeah, his stand-up is going to be brute force coming at you, so that's very similar there. But if you notice, especially with the Yoel Romero fight, he will take it to the fence, he will keep going forward, and he will grapple. So I feel like this is a very similar to the fight with Whittaker, but times two. Like a guy that's actually even bigger, even stronger, will push forward and will look towards taking it to the ground, where Whittaker pretty much just did a stand-up fight and lost that fight. So what do you guys think? Oh, at the end of the day, I think I'll just leave it at that for now. Paulo Costa is one of these guys that I feel like that is the game plan, and Stylebender has been working fight after fight after fight to avoid these people who are trying to get him down. Get up when he gets down, if he gets down. Don't even get close to get on the ground, and if you do get close, your hip touches the mat, that's fire. You better get the hell off the ground now. Do not get settled. And so with that, the time that he has before they attempt to take him down again, if they attempt it, he's piecing him up. And from a distance, right? He's got that reach. So Stylebender is an amazing fighter. He's one of these guys just like John Jones. His physique, being tall, being thinner, so then you're lighter weight, having the reach. These are all benefits that make a great fighter hard to beat, because as good as Robert Whittaker is and Calvin Gastelum, they're shorter. The reach is the problem. They have to get in danger to make something happen. And while they're getting beat doing this, it's just not the best way. But what else are you going to do? Right? So Stylebender is just one of these guys that his physique is going to always be hard to beat, and his skills is making it that much harder. So how do you guys see this going? Or do you not even think it's going to be Costa? Do you think it's going to be somebody else? I'm not mentioning right now. Let me know your thoughts. Comment fucking below so I can read that shit. I want to start sharing it and all that too. All right, so let's move on to our next topic, which is getting hyped for this next event this Saturday. Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Michelle Waterson. And yes, I'm excited for that fight, but even more so, Ice Cream Kron Gracie versus Cup Swanson. So, where should I start? That's a tough one, because I'm more excited about the co-main event. Here, really quick, let me just check for any of this, because I don't want to miss anything. Oh, there we go. We got Jose Medina on the line. I was thinking Stylebender was going to knock out Whittaker, which you were absolutely correct, my friend. And Stylebender is an Anderson Silva 2.0 ? I would agree with that. I would agree, and thank you very much for your comment there. That's exactly what I'm trying to do here. So I agree. Anderson Silva has in history, he has in my opinion, the best run, right? The best run as far as title run, or even just once he got into the UFC. He fought Chris Lieben, took him out with ease, which Chris Lieben was like the toughest guy, right? He was just taking damage and would just keep going forward, and Anderson Silva made that look like that wasn't the case. And then obviously he just all the way till Chris Weidman obviously changed the whole game there. But I agree. It's the same type of thing where you're seeing flashiness, you're seeing knockdowns, you're seeing KOs from a fairly unassuming guy, right? Just like Stylebender saying, like Paulo Costa is, brute, big guy that a lot of people will look at and be like, oh, he could beat up anybody. And then you see the skills of a thinner person. Oh, that is not the case. So I agree with you, my friend. Okay, so let's start with the co-main event. That's what we're going to see first, technically, right, when the night comes. So how do I see this fight? Because we're going to do a few predictions here, or I'm going to attempt to, and I want to hear your predictions in the comment below. Eventually, I'm going to do some contests to where whoever gets it correct, I'm going to send them out a shirt and that kind of thing. So send those comments. Let's start testing your skills out here of predictions. So, and hopefully with this insight, I can help you out. So Cub Swanson versus Kron Gracie. What do we got? Cub Swanson, we have a veteran, someone who's been from the WEC days all the way till now. He's been in there with the best of them, up and down, obviously, like most careers. Fantastic stand-up fighting. He does have a freaking big haymaker, so he can very much hit hard. But lately, and that's what we got to talk about, right? We could think about a few years ago, holy shit, he's so good. But lately, it's kind of been this a little bit calmer, tactical kind of fighter. So definitely a smarter fighter. But in some cases, you got to kind of get out there and you got to pick up the pace. And as far as jiu-jitsu goes, he's very flexible, Cub Swanson. And he's obviously very good at jiu-jitsu. But in a fight, it's very different, right? You're getting punched. There's so many other variables going on. And he's been caught way back when. Obviously, Brian Ortega's a different beast, but he continues to kind of get caught. Now, if you're going to get caught by a Brian Ortega, hey, that motherfucker's hella good. But guess what? Kron Gracie is hella good as well. And so how do I see this going? Obviously, we start up on the feet. Cub Swanson hopefully is going to keep the distance because that's what he needs to do. I would say don't even flirt with the ground. Now, Kron's debut, we got to kind of see a little bit of the stand-up before he initiated grappling and finished the fight versus Alex Caceres, right? Which you guys should see. You should watch that before you see this Saturday, because that's just a beautiful little Kron ice cream taste. So Cub Swanson is obviously going to stay away from that. And Kron, with his stand-up, it's kind of like, obviously he is probably better, for sure. I'm sure he's been working on stand-up, but it looked like he's got a long way to go. He shouldn't be standing up with many people, let alone a Cub Swanson with that type of stance and stand-up style that he has. But I feel that if Kron gets a hold of him, that could be it. That's how I kind of feel like with Brian Ortega, with a lot of fighters. If he gets a hold of you, the chances are super high. Now, this is a 3-round fight. I'm going to assume there's going to be grappling all 3 rounds. And Kron can probably grapple all day long, right? When you're comfortable in whatever your specialty is, he's probably rolled for hours. And rolling just comes so natural to where his breathing pattern is calm. That's where he's most comfortable. While Cub Swanson, he's going to be breathing heavy if he gets put to the ground. Why? Because he's nervous. He's worried. Holy crap, I'm fighting with a fucking anaconda. He would be more comfortable on the feet, right? So that's basically what I ultimately see. And if I was going to make a pick, I just feel it's heavier Kron Gracie, getting the grappling going on, right? Cub needs to come in. He needs to, if he wants to hit him, he needs to get fairly close. And there's always opportunity to start a grapple. Now, Kron gets him to the ground. Obviously, if Cub can get out of that and all of that, I wouldn't be necessarily surprised. But round after round of dealing with Kron's grappling, Kron's going to learn Cub's kind of ways. And I think he'll eventually catch him. So take that as you will. Let me hear what you guys think and who is your pick. Put down your pick. Go ahead and type it out there. All right, and then we got what seems to probably be the what do you call that? The contender, the next contender for the belt. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, Michelle Waterson as the main event. So this will be 5 rounds. How do I see this going? So for you guys, how do you guys see this going? This is what I think. So let's start with Joanna. Joanna, killer on the feet, right? Kicks, knees, elbows, punches, distance control, speed. She's got all that. Michelle Waterson, she has a little bit more of a karate stance, so a lot wider, keeps distance, kind of likes to pop in and out. That would be a fun fight just to watch if they both just did stand-up. yet I feel Joanna will still get the better of that. I'm going to make a guess. Michelle Waterson has it in her back pocket to go to the ground. I don't think she has in mind to stand up with her, because Joanna, same thing. I really doubt she's gonna go for a takedown, go for a submission, anything like that. I feel like she's well versed to where if she ends up there, she knows what to do and possibly what to look for. But very much like Cub Swanson in a way, right? Keep it standing. If she goes for a takedown, get her off of you, or if you get taken down, get right back up and keep standing, keep fighting on the feet. So I foresee Joanna's game plan basically being that. Michelle Waterson, she's got the stand-up skills for sure. The one thing I feel like with Michelle is the confidence level. She's got a lot of skills. I feel like she has so much she could show us, yet she's only given us glimpses of it. So at the end of the day, I really think and hope Michelle just kind of blossoms in this fight. Has confidence in her hands and her kicks, in her grappling, and it's a 5-round fight. That's a long time. 25 minutes of keeping that focus. It's gonna be an interesting fight. So if I was to pick, I ultimately think Michelle Waterson has more tools, because she could take her to the ground, more than likely keep her there, and if she can do that with Joanna, then she's going to win, right? Just by points via decision. So I'm a little more on Michelle Waterson. That's who I'm kind of picking. But Joanna, though, and this is why it's hard. She's a fucking champ, and she wants that belt back. And fighting the champion now, Weili Zhang from China, you better believe they're going to try to make that a huge thing. So Joanna probably has all the motivation she needs. And she's really good at keeping it standing. If you guys haven't seen her versus Jessica Andrade, she can keep it. Or also, damn, the other girl, I kind of forgot her name right now. But she can get up and she can keep it standing. If she does, she might edge out a beating for 5 rounds. So holy crap, it's going to be good. All right, guys. You know I can talk about this all day long. I'm trying to keep these fairly short, even though it seems like every single time I'm making them a little bit longer. But there's been more subscribers. I appreciate your comments. This channel is growing, but it's only going to grow with you guys. So if you guys got MMA friends, share it with them. Tell them this guy's Raul's fucking crazy, and he's awesome, and he loves talking MMA or whatever it is. Join the freaking conversation. Come on over. Now, it doesn't cost you anything. Punch that like. Punch the subscribe. Punch the crap out of your keyboard, leave me a comment, and let's spread this thing, okay? Rated 101, let's talk MMA, let's do this. We're going to make this show big, and we're going to make it better and better. Thank you guys for joining me today. Until next time, peace!